PRESA, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, as we hit the home stretch in 2025, there seems little doubt that Nick Kurtz will become the American League Rookie of the Year, and even a chance that Kurtz and Jacob Wilson will finish 1-2, and also the chance that Wilson will become the A's first rookie ever to win the American League batting title.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand-new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Yeah, here we go. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Kevin. We'll have some fun today. Welcome to the show. Kyle Draper is back.
I tell you, Whitey, I tell you. You know when you take a lot of time off, you go on work trips, you're on vacation, you come back, you get sick, then you go to the dentist. Wow. And it's like, I thought about, man, I should probably take today off.
You had to go to the dentist again today?
Yes. Dude, I had the implant. Like they did some drilling. They put the little... I don't even know what you call it, the stint or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So I'm playing hurt today, man. It's been too long. You know, I missed you. I missed Jay. And I said, you know what? I'm going to suck it up for the team. Especially, we got the NBA season coming up. It's almost like Kawhi Leonard being out for most of the season. Now the push for the playoffs is here. So I had to come back. Felt like I had to come in and play hurt today.
Are you saying, you mentioned Kawhi, are you saying like him, you have a no-show job? Is that what?
It's been like that for the last month, pretty much. You're killing me, man. Yeah. Yes, pretty much. I don't make $28 million or whatever they were paying him for that no-show job, but it feels like that. I was telling somebody yesterday, man, as I was flying back, you know, I said, I feel disconnected from life here in Northern California.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was gone for a couple of weeks, came back, then I was sick for a week, then I went to New York, and so I feel disconnected from our people out here.
Yeah.
Man.
Are you feeling, I mean, I know you went to the dentist, but the illness you had, you good?
Yeah. That's fine. COVID, I had COVID
Okay,
It's
we didn't
still
want
a
to say
thing,
that.
bro.
We didn't want to say that, but yeah.
Dude, it is still a thing, man.
I know.
That thing knocked me out for almost a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm feeling fine in that regard. Dude, the mouth pain, though, right now. Oh, my gosh. And then they got to do the stitches and everything. It's just, And so, I can't eat solid foods basically for 2 days. Got to be soft foods.
Mm-hmm.
Ice
cream is a soft food.
I know, but that doesn't fill you up. That's not protein.
You gotta eat more ice cream.
I know. I could get a milkshake or something, but without the straw, of course. And so I got a little acai bowl right here. Hopefully you're not allergic. You're not allergic.
Those are great.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna work on that during the commercials.
Mm-hmm. What can you share with us about the NBA meetings? I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of just nuts and bolts stuff, but anything of interest that you can share as far as what the league will be, I don't know, emphasizing this year? Or I'm sure they told you what the Kawhi punishment is going to be.
Yeah. So Adam Silver did meet with everybody. He spoke with everybody, but a lot of this stuff is, grab ass softballs and everything like that. One thing that they are going to emphasize from an officiating standpoint is the high five contest.
Oh, really?
Yes. They are, it's one thing to have the high five contest, but what's been happening, according to Monty McCutcheon, is that players have been pushing the line, towing the line, really taking advantage of it. And he showed several examples, and one was of Dylan Brooks, as a high five, but he whacked the guy, and so they're going to cut down on that.
That's good.
Yeah. Also, the use of AI and to use out of bounds calls and goaltending calls. They're going to, use sort of like tennis does the Hawkeye system when it shows you whether a ball is in or out. They're going to do that with a basketball, when it comes to goaltending, and you'll be able to see as you watch games on TV, it'll be like, oh, and then you'll see the angle and it'll be like, oh, it's good or it's not, or, something like that. So,
wow, that's fascinating.
I will say this, though. The overall message was that people who cover the game, play-by-play announcers, analysts, those, we have to push celebrating the game instead of the hot takes and the trade rumors and everything. Celebrate the game. That was the narrative. That was what they want us to take out of it. Like, you guys, me, Katie, whoever's in there, Jay Ross was there. Shout out to him. Deuce and Mo, they were there. You guys are sort of the messengers, the conduit to the viewers and the fans. And so celebrate the game to sort of try and change the narrative. Like, for instance, last season,
you've been saying that for a while now.
A big time.
Yeah.
And my problem in this, I should have brought this up, and I talked to a couple of people about that. The people who are the biggest culprits at that are the NBA's media partners.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Even the NBA itself, to a degree, with some of the things they post. But
and
yes.
And that's the thing. The hot takes, the trade rumors is what actually made the league grow to what it is. And so it wasn't just about the X's and O's. There's a reason why LeBron James is the biggest star that he is. Where's he going to play next year? Like those kind of things. And so I think the NBA wants to, have its cake and eat it too. But from a broadcaster standpoint, they want us to tell more stories. I said, one of the things we discussed in some of the meetings is, as broadcasters, we would love to tell more stories. Teams have to be willing to allow us to tell more stories. Case in point here at Sactown Sports 1140, where, corporate partners with the Kings. You, me, Jay, our show, we're looking to highlight our guys. So give us them, let us, we're not hot take artists. We're not looking for gotcha moments or viral moments. And so, the league's trying to have its cake and eat it too. And, that was I thought the biggest takeaway from this week.
That's smart. That makes a ton of sense. I hope they're able to pull that off. At least they're leaning in that direction. Now, as you know, I probably shouldn't bring this up so soon, but you talk about stories. One story that we still don't know the conclusion of yet is the Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga story. It's still going on. I don't mean to dive back into it now, but as you know, we get a little bit of info here, a little flare up there, but we're still in wait mode on all of that.
Yeah, and I saw some of our good friends down there. Bonte was down there. I saw our boy.
He just had a birthday, I think.
Yeah, he did. Just I got to tell you something about Bonte. He's a special cat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's in a good way. I'll tell you. So our boy Raymond Ritter down there. And I'm like, Raymond, when you going to give us Kaminga? What's the deal? Like, how can we make this happen? And they're still in waiting mode. And, talking to Bonte, it's like they got media day coming up. They only got 9 players on the roster.
Yeah.
It's so real quick on Bonte. So he had his birthday. I think it was Sunday. Came to New York. We were actually in Jersey City. Everybody's hanging out. Had a little event Tuesday night. Then some of us were going to go to the city to hang out even more. They're like, Bonte, come on, let's go out. You know what Bonte said he had to go do? Go play video games. He bought his PlayStation 5 with him.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious, dude. I'm like, what? How old are you, big fella? He's one of those kind of cats. He's a
Twitch guy.
Yeah, he's bringing his PS5, and he said they got a league, I guess, that they're in.
Okay.
And I'm just like, dude. And so we asked him, what'd you do for your birthday? Oh, nothing. I just stayed home, played some PS5, and I'm like, man, you gotta get out about that. Yeah, that's a little, Bonte talk a good game, but yeah, he's one of those guys.
At least he was honest about it. Didn't try to make up something. Some
that's
story.
That's true. I guess
I ain't give him no credit for that.
But I'm like, come out, man.
He must be very secure in his own skin.
I guess if that's what he wants to do.
New York City.
Right.
PS5.
PS5, right? And it's not every day, especially coming from the West Coast. You don't get out there. If it was LA or something.
But it's a league match.
League match. Exactly. Yeah. So no, it was a good time.
What do you play for? What league? The NBA league or something?
No, they got a league of people at work and friends, and
stop.
They do the season together and everything, and they got head-to-head matchups, and so I guess he had a league game. Like, what did he say?
You should have never told me that.
Yeah. So next time you talk to him, ask him how the league is going.
Yeah. So we got Thursday Night Football tonight. We got the Dolphins and the Bills. And also today we got a little more information from Pablo Torre on the Kawhi Leonard Clippers situation. Your friend of mine, Carmichael Dave, has an interesting theory on this today. Yeah. What do you think of this notion? Because the latest that came out was based on Mark Cuban saying, look, Ballmer didn't do this stuff. If he wanted to circumvent the cap, he would have bought carbon credits and blah, 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 blah. And he didn't do that. So then, Pablo does the research and finds that that's exactly what he did. So some people are wondering, Mark Cuban's no dummy. Is he
leading them down that path?
Pretending like he's defending Ballmer in the NBA when he's really surreptitiously trying to point them in the right direction of the cap violation?
That's a great question. That's, because we know how competitive Mark Cuban is, but would he do that to an owner? Like, that would be, he's basically throwing out some breadcrumbs and leading Pablo down the path.
He didn't have to say that at all.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. No, but there's a whole lot of smoke surrounding this. A lot of smoke, whether it's, the other guy who, invested, how much was it? $1 million and $2 million?
Dennis Wong.
Dennis Wong. Yeah. Like every day, somebody pushes back. Well, that's not true. Pablo, he would have did. And then Pablo has the receipts. Like, well, he did do that,
Yeah.
And so it's, the league obviously is investigating it. This is a lot of smoke, man, around this Clippers organization. And then, did you read my boy Baxter Holmes' article in ESPN? Y'all talked about yes. He had some more details too. And, it's not looking good for the Clippers.
Yeah, that was from the Clippers side, right? And that was just saying, wow, it wasn't easy working with Kawhi and Uncle Dennis.
Right.
They were a nightmare to work with.
And no wonder, the Lakers, the Raptors, they're like, we want you, but maybe not at that price. We're not going to give in to those demands. And the Clippers, we got to remember, fellas, the Clippers were desperate at that time.
Yes.
To become relevant and get back, the CP3 and DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin situation had blown up in them. They were underachievers. And so, they got a new owner. They want a new arena, like they're looking to make a huge splash. And not saying it's true or not, but I could see, the impetus, the reason for doing something like that.
Yeah, this is the way Yahoo puts it. Mark Cuban had been supportive of Ballmer on X. Mark Cuban sent out a tweet asking why Torre had not looked into the money being invested by Ballmer and the Clippers into carbon credits. As Cuban put it, if Ballmer and the Clippers were looking to circumvent the salary cap, they would buy carbon credits as a way to instantly create profit so Leonard could be paid. Torres reporting uncovered evidence that seems to suggest that's exactly what.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what they did.
That is ugly. That is ugly. And, one of the things that you hear people saying is, well, everybody cheats, all the teams, but this is kind of deep, man. This is, I understand, having a guy helping him out with endorsements or something like that. This is basically, we will pay you for nothing.
Yes.
Yes. And this is, according to Pablo and his reporting, the Clippers were involved. This is circumventing the salary cap.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like, right?
Everybody I talk to, not that it's that many, but you, Jerry Reynolds, people with the league all say, oh, this is not something that everyone does.
Right.
This is not something that happens all the time or that the other owners are going to be okay with.
Yeah, this is, and, all of a sudden, you look at the Clippers, they became a free agent destination. Remember, the Clippers used to be a laughing stock of the league. And now they get Kawhi Leonard. Think about this. When has a free agent ever chosen the Clippers over the Lakers? And I understand maybe Kawhi didn't want to play with LeBron. Maybe that's it. But, the Uncle Dennis thing, that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even before he went to the Clippers, there were whispers about Uncle Dennis and his role in these kind of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's ugly, man. And I just read, Spotrac and people are saying the league's investigating. They won't, have it all wrapped up until after the All-Star break. The Clippers host the All-Star.
Yeah, I know.
That's going to be a major topic throughout this season for them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I know some had suggested before we had a clearer idea of the timeline that, maybe they take that All-Star game away from the Clippers. Looks like now there's no way they'll be ready to hand down a decision before then. But I know, Hollinger has written about it, and people are talking about what does the NBA do if the Clippers are found to have been guilty of circumventing the cap? And can you even just void the contract? Because then you create another problem. If Kawhi Leonard in the middle of next season is like, all right, he's a free agent, and the Lakers scoop him up, then other owners won't be happy about that either.
Right. I think, if it is, that they're found guilty, you have to severely fine them and take away an unprecedented amount of draft picks. I mean, this is, almost like the death penalty in college sports. You know what I mean? If, we talked about, and I'm sure you guys talked about it too, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Joe Smith situation. This is worse than that.
Yeah.
This is, I'm talking several million, 10 million, 20 million, 50, whatever it may be, in 5, 6, 7 first round picks. You got to hammer. I mean, it sucks, because, teams do, have some wink, nod deals. And there's tampering going, but this is a coordinated, sounds like a coordinated way to circumvent the cap that the Clippers are doing if all of this is true. And so I think it's going to be a heavy punishment.
Yeah, you mentioned the Timberwolves, and I know I mentioned this last week or the week before. What happened with the Timberwolves, of course, is Joe Smith, friend of the show, by the way, Joe Smith, has been on the show. Yeah. That contract nullified, and you had suspensions, and you had the Timberwolves stripped of draft picks.
Yeah.
Flip Saunders has said, rest in peace, Flip Saunders. He said, that's the best thing that ever happened to us because we didn't have to pay Joe Smith. He said, okay, we lost out on some draft picks, but we used the money we would have had to pay the draft picks to sign Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was great.
Hey, I didn't know that. It actually worked out for them.
That wasn't the intent.
Right,
it's not like anyone was trying to, all right, we'll help you out that door.
Bring some talent.
But that's, according to Flip Saunders, that's how it kind of worked out.
Surround
so
them
it's
with
tricky.
KG and yeah, because then after that, a few years after that, they went to the Western Conference Finals. It wasn't like they, and then after that is when they really fell off, when the KG left. And
yeah. So a lot of people are suggesting, fans anyway, that we talk to, hey, maybe you take Kawhi away from them or you suspend him maybe, but you keep his contract as a cap hit against them. So,
that's punitive right there.
Yes.
You get that, what is it, 50 million or whatever it is? That's
you don't have the player.
No-show player.
Yeah.
Flip it. Yeah. I mean, and if I'm other teams, I wonder, will other teams be like, hold up, this is wrong, Or are they afraid because they do some similar things? Like, I want to hear from other owners in the league. How are other owners reacting? You know, I know Mark Cuban's not an owner anymore of the Mavericks, but, you know, where are some of these other owners out here? Are they, you know, saying, like Jeannie Buss, for instance, you know, is she thinking, damn it, that's how they got him or something like that? And do they have, you know, some issues to take up with the league regarding that?
I know your guy, Chris Mannix, initially, he had some reporting where he had anonymous quotes from owners that said, oh, they're in big trouble. But it seems like they've closed ranks. We're not hearing anything.
Not hearing anything.
I get the sense that the league has said, look, we'll deal with this, but not publicly.
Right.
They might even, Jay and I have surmised, they might even publicly come to the conclusion that, you know what, we just didn't find any smoking gun. But behind the scenes, they will mete out some kind of punishment. I don't know, but it does seem like they definitely don't want the narrative to be driven by Pablo Torre.
Yeah, let me ask you this, though, because somebody raises a point on the text line from the 916. Void the contract, suspend Kawhi 40 games for his involvement, take away his years of service for those years under those contracts, 5 first-round picks, maintain cap hit. How much of this, you know, if this proves to be true, how much punishment should be on the team versus Kawhi Leonard? How much do you feel Kawhi is culpable, you know, when it comes to this?
I don't know. Is it illegal for a player to ask for things? I mean, is it against
the
rules?
Like, is it Kawhi? Did he circumvent the rules, or did the team? Like, you know, how much, who gets, you know, punished? Like, if I'm Kawhi, I just asked for it. They gave it to me, you know? And I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you could prove that, look, you know, some of this is above and beyond, and some kind of punishment, but the Clippers are the ones that did it.
Right.
That executed it.
Exactly.
They need to be punished more severely.
Right. Because was Joe Smith punished? I'm trying to remember. Other than just the contract situation?
I think he might have been. I just read about
was
that.
Was he suspended or anything?
I think he received a brief suspension, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. Yeah, because if I'm Kawhi, it's like, hey, they offered me what? I mean,
it was a sweet deal,
right? It's a great deal, you know. And so, and I would imagine, I wouldn't say every player, but hell, if I was Kawhi, I'd probably do that. I'd take the deal, you know. Yeah, 28 million, not to do anything. Sign me up, you know. And so, is Kawhi in the wrong throughout all of this? I don't know.
It is incredible, as you say. If it is true, we don't know, but if it is true that the Clippers did all this and didn't think they were going to get caught, you know,
right?
How did you not realize someone's going to snitch or it's going to get out somehow?
Yeah, it's you know, it's shocking to me, man, because, you know, we hear things all the time, but nothing quite like this, you know. And if I'm other teams, the Raptors who lost Kawhi, it's like, damn, is that what we're doing now? Like, we can't compete with that. We're not, you know,
How about the Kings who have a hard time getting free agents?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's almost like college sports now with the, like, outside people, you know, giving money. Is that the era that we're going to with the NBA? They got to clean this up. You know, I will say from the meetings in New York, one thing that was not brought up, and I thought it should have been, and I didn't think about it till after. No one asked Adam Silver about gambling in the NBA and betting on games and prop bets and everything like that. To me, you know, you got this Kawhi situation, but to me, the gambling issue is the next big thing that the NBA is going to have to deal with, I think. You know, whether it's, you know, Terry Rozier, Malik Beasley, you know, Jonte Porter, you know, whatever. Like, that's the real thing that the league is going to have to, you know, deal with. How many times have we talked about the officiating being an issue in the NBA, and are they on the take? Are they, you know, the betting scandal from Donaghy and all that from years ago? But if you're looking at the players, Adam Silver, my question is, how are you policing that? You know, that's something to keep an eye on, I think, for the NBA.
Yeah. So this is something that it's going to go on a while. Won't go on as long as the Kaminga situation, but the league's going to take their sweet time, right?
Yes.
It's a matter of, can they do that while dealing with all of the unwanted attention that's going to be driven towards this whole story? It's going to be an embarrassment for the league, you know, the first half of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And then we, you know, play the Clippers in the preseason, so we'll see them. I think it's here actually. But that's something to keep an eye on, man. And it's funny, Whitey. I've been gone for some time. I come back and it's good to see that Kings fans are still the same. From the 916, who will fall faster this year, the Kings or interest rates? I'm bullish on our team right now, man.
Are you?
I'm sure you guys talk about it. My boy Dennis Schröder, Eurobasket MVP, a potential future Hall of Famer.
Honestly, we did talk about it yesterday, and we made a point of saying Kyle Draper has been on board with Schröder for months. We did
Since
say that.
Day one, exactly. Yeah. And now there's talk that this guy might actually be a Hall of Famer.
Don't try telling that to the guy.
I'm just saying, Jay. Yeah, don't just lump in the American basketball.
Yeah. Dude, buying it.
He has arguably one of the best international careers out there.
Stop.
And dog, look,
ain't won no Olympic medal,
but he's a 2-time EuroLeague MVP, Eurobasket MVP.
Well, then we're gonna give the love to the tie. What's the league? The T League that DeMarcus is playing in.
All right, come on.
Isn't there a committee that what they do is they base Hall of Fame inductions and nominations just on international play?
Yes.
They don't even take NBA play.
And that's the problem. See, Jay is too Americanized. We think if you don't do it here, it doesn't matter.
That's not true. Because I take into consideration McDonald's All-American games. I take into consideration international flavor, which we talked about DeMarcus Cousins. He's got 2 gold medals.
Played in Mongolia. Did you know that?
That's it.
I did hear about that. Because we were trying to get him at NBC. To do pre and post game. Yeah,
there you go.
So he's going overseas.
Now, see what I'm saying? He go over there and win another championship. He's got the Taiwan League. He's got the Mongolian League.
Different.
I mean, why is that different?
Because Dennis Schröder is dominating in world competition.
Country against country.
Eurobasket is not world competition. It is a particular part of the world that has a competition.
Jay, so is that the stance you hating on my boy Dennis Schröder? Is that the stance?
No, I'm just saying he's not Hall of Fame worthy.
I tell you, man, that's the talk now. After winning the MVP, that's the talk right now.
Yeah. And I would say, and I think I mentioned they must be just sick, just as like Kyle Draper is right now.
So if you're a voter, he doesn't get your vote, and you're allowed that. No. You're allowed that.
There you go.
If I'm a voter, Schröder's getting my vote.
A Hall of Famer?
Dude, it's not just the NBA.
Dude, he ain't done nothing.
What are you talking about?
He ain't done nothing.
Did you hear the list of players who won the MVP in the EuroLeague and the Eurobasket, the FIBA World Cup and the Euro? Come on, man.
Drapes, man, he ain't got no Olympic love.
You know who is hating a little bit on Dennis Schröder is our buddy Hollinger. Kings come under fire from Hollinger again. We'll dive into that when we come right back with Draper back today, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center. We're looking at cloudy skies for your Thursday and lots of filtered sunshine. It'll be noticeably cooler as highs today peak in the mid to upper 80s. Overnight, plan for some showers to develop. We could see some wet track on those roadways first thing Friday morning. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
For over 90 years, Haken Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing. Need a water heater or plumbing repair? Call Bell Brothers. Clogged drain? We'll clear it for $67. Plus a free camera inspection, a $250 value. We're fast, on time, and the price we quote is the price you pay. No surprises. Plus, we'll check your plumbing for free. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Hit the field during Sky River Casino's $400,000 touchdown for a truck giveaway. Play slots and table games daily to earn entries. Then join in on the action every Saturday for a chance to score up to $15,000 in free play or a brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. Visit skyriver.com to see how you can get 100 bonus entries every Tuesday and Friday. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kip Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kip Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game and high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, guess what? We got two guess whats. Guess what? Kyle Draper is back with us today. Woo! Recovering from illness and recovering from a trip to the dentist today.
Your boy's struggling.
Yeah.
Just pop some Advil. Fortunately, it's a short show today.
That's right.
Not that I'm counting down. We are officially
glances at
1/8 through the show so far, so
so you had the dental implant, is that right? Or essentially?
Yeah, so I thought the implant was they actually put the tooth up in you, the new tooth, but they got to drill first and put the little bone, I don't even know what it's called. Then they have to let that heal for 3 months, they said.
Okay.
And then they put the tooth on it.
Yeah,
so,
I've seen the commercials for them. There's, I think, a couple companies at least that have advertised, and they show the people, before, and they're just mangled grill.
That's me.
And then they're like, and they look all sad. Then they show them, they're smiling with the, and they do like the whole mouthful, and they say, oh, we could do it one day. Thinking, that's gotta smart a little bit if you do it all in one day, your whole mouth.
Yeah, I got, and I was thinking about this as I was laying there getting worked on. It was because I thought the same thing. I'm like, how do people who have multiple implants, full mouth, how do they do that? Because And I even thought years ago, I'm like, man, I wish I could just get rid of my teeth, start over, get some new. No. And I wish, and this is a PSA, public service announcement, take care of your gums. Take care of your teeth, kids, because I brush every day, floss, I got the water pick and everything, but, I didn't do it enough, growing up as a kid, So, I'm paying for the early years of my life, and I got a late start on the, and you know how it is. You go to the dentist and they give you the little flosser thing, and everything. And it's like, I brush twice a day. I got the water pick, but you gotta really take care of your mouth, man. I'm in pain right now, Whitey. Your boy is struggling.
Like
I'm about to start crying because of the pain, but
it's another day. Should took off.
Yeah.
I done had the last 36 days off. Like
37. No problem.
You're terrible, man. If you were the boss, if you were Jose, Val, and my co-host Whitey, but I didn't want to leave you guys.
I'd said, man, take a day off. If you're in pain, brother.
Dude, y'all been holding it down, man. And it's a short show. So.
Now, when you go to the dentist and you get your teeth cleaned or, something routine, they give a little bag with goodies. So for what you got, they should have given you like a box of stuff.
You know what they should have did? Put a plaque on the wall or rename the building after me or something. Yeah. As much as I've been there, man.
Yeah, you've been there a lot. You've been there a lot more than you've been here.
That's about right.
I really have.
True.
I really have. And they're nice people. But I don't care how nice of a dentist you are. When you go through a procedure like this, I'm not trying to be buddy. Yeah. How'd it go, Mr. Draper? I'm like, get me the hell out of here. Like, I don't want to talk to them. And they're like, all right, we got to make your follow-up appointment. And I'm like, dude,
I hate you.
Exactly. That's exactly how it is. And so
nothing personal.
Right.
Drilling holes in my jaw.
Dude, it is the worst. And let me ask you this. Because I always thought this. You hear a lot of people, I want to grow up to be a doctor. What makes people want to be dentists?
It's a good question.
What makes people want to and if you're a dentist listening, please call in 916-339-1140. What fascinates you about being in somebody's mouth?
It's kind of like being a doctor. I mean, you want to help people, I would think. Maybe you have somebody in the family that, showed you. I'm
trying to figure it out, man.
I know. I do not. Dentists that's one group you don't want to belittle or insult. You don't want dentists angry at you for any reason. I know I don't.
That's true. I just want to know what got him into it. Right? Listen to you, man. What made you I want to know because you're working in my mouth is jacked up, but on a scale of 1 to 10, like I'm doing pretty good compared to some of the people they have to see.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you this was briefly and something happened where it actually I lost the job. That's why it didn't last very long, but I had an endorsement at a dentist's office once. So you should talk to them about that.
Did you really?
I did.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was part of that endorsement free dental work or what?
I don't think so. Cause that was all covered by insurance, but it was a really nice deal. And then something happened where I was at the people that I work for said, you're great, but we got to go another way because we're paying you too much money. But I had an endorsement deal at a dentist. So
dude, you're right. That would be perfect, man. Because think about it. I do the TV side of things. I do commercials, and yeah. From your mouth to sales ears, downstairs.
That's right. That's right. So I mentioned we have 2 guess whats. The other guess what is this. The Clippers have issued a statement today in response to the latest story about Steve Ballmer and his carbon credits. They have issued a statement today.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
What did they say?
Steve and his family are focused on sustainability, which is why Inuit Dome was designed to be a carbon neutral building from its inception, and to achieve LEED zero status over time. Our development agreements for the arena included mandates to buy carbon credits. But after studying the issue of neutrality, we went far beyond those requirements, exploring ways to address emissions from our fans and contracting with aspiration to directly purchase carbon offsets. I don't know if it's supposed to be offsets, as well as broker the acquisition of additional offsets.
Buying that, Whitey?
No.
Can you repeat the one line? We bought additional, like what?
Yes. Our development agreements for the arena included mandates to buy carbon credits, but after studying the issue of neutrality, we went far beyond those requirements, exploring ways to address emissions from our fans and contracting with aspiration to directly purchase carbon offsets, as well as broker the acquisition of additional offsets.
Okay.
That's the official statement.
They went above and beyond.
We did this because Steve Ballmer cares about the environment.
Yep, we went above. We went beyond that. We purchased more. That doesn't pass the smell test.
And the word is supposed to be offsets. It's a misprint here.
Oh, it's a misprint.
Well, directly purchase carbon offsets as well as broker the acquisition of additional offsets. So there you go.
Yeah.
They came right out with that response.
Yeah. It's how about that? It's I don't know if that helps them out. I don't know if that clears it up, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
In the court of public opinion.
Do you think it's smart for the NBA to treat Pablo Torre's investigation and Pablo Torre as kind of an adversary? I mean, that's kind of what they're doing. I understand why they don't want to say, oh, this is great, we'll work with you, because they don't know where he's going. And leagues, even if they have an idea what happened, they don't want someone else in their business, right? They want to, it's our investigation.
Yeah.
So I get that, but they're so vulnerable here where, everything's fine. And then the next day, Pablo, boom, I got another one. Well, you got to react to that.
I think from a league standpoint, you have to look at the organization and the owner that is being accused. This is Steve Ballmer. This is, one of the richest men in the world, one of the faces of the league, a guy that rescued a franchise that, was down in the dumps.
Big market franchise.
Market franchise. I mean, think about it. His building's been open a year and he's already got the All-Star game. Like, this is a guy that they value and respect, and he wields a big stick, in the NBA. And so, you ask, does the league view Pablo's reporting as sort of adversarial? I'm sure it's a nuisance to them.
Yeah.
Like, this is, our guy is like, Pablo, just shut up. We'll handle this, and so, but Pablo keeps digging, which he should do. I've seen people say, what's Pablo doing? Why does he have to be a snitch and everything like that?
Fry asked that.
Who did that? Channing Frye asked that, right?
Like, why is he a snitch? Like, he's a journalist.
That's what, exactly. And his path now is an investigative journalist. That's what he does now. And so he's doing his job. The question is, if this is true, why'd the Clippers do that? They're the ones that should be held accountable.
Yeah.
And so, no, I do think organization and who owns it matters for the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
If this was, I don't want to say Sacramento or some other smaller market or, Charlotte or something like that, maybe it's not as big of a story for sure.
Right.
This is Clippers and Kawhi Leonard, two faces of the entire NBA that's being called into question here.
Here's the rest of the statement. Some of those commitments were built into the sponsorship deal with Aspiration, totally separate of the investment of the company. We made payments to Aspiration until the company was unable to fulfill their responsibilities. This effort reflects Steve wanting to set a positive example and raise awareness of the growing and important role of voluntary carbon markets. Unfortunately, he was duped on the investment and on some parts of this agreement, as were many other investors and employees. End quote. Yeah, we got more on this, and we'll look at Hollinger coming after the Kings again next. Drive Guys back together again on Sactown Sports.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week, and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Holy onions! For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win. Unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion, persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-384-3434. 800-384-3434. 800-384-3434.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Listen to the 49er Rewind daily. Brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
We got the smartest YouTube viewers and listeners and radio weighing in here in the chat zone on the text line on the latest on the Steve Ballmer Clippers, and also people weighing in on dentistry. And I appreciate those who responded when you asked, Drapes, you asked, why has someone become a dentist? And people started talking about Hermie the dentist from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's the first thing I thought of, but I didn't realize it. I want to be a dentist. Dentist? Good grief. Yeah, that's awesome. So thanks.
I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah, you never saw that?
Don't remember.
We have dolls that cry, walk, talk, blink, and run a temperature. We don't need any chewing dolls. A dentist. Good
How do you
grief.
remember this, dude?
I've seen it a million times.
When's the last time?
Probably last Christmas.
Really? Oh, all right. I thought it like 30 years ago. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
make a habit of watching it. So anyway, thank you for that. Someone else says there, I think it's Scotty Pop. Thank you, Scotty Pop, for being with us today. I'm supposed to believe one of the richest guys in the world is stupid? Come on now. And I don't know if he's being sarcastic, but gets me back to my question I asked you, Drapes, which was, how in the world did Steve Ballmer, assuming that this really happened, that they did circumvent the cap, how did he think he wouldn't get caught? And if that is true, I think it gets back to what you were saying from the article yesterday. The Clippers were that desperate.
Yeah. Yeah. They, you know, first of all, Ballmer knew he wanted a new arena. You got a new arena. You want to have a team that, you know, is exciting in that arena. You know, you just take over, you know, for Donald Sterling, and, you know, you want to make a big splash.
Mm-hmm.
And the NBA is all about star power. And, you know, Kawhi's coming off a championship, a finals MVP. You know, this was his opportunity to make a splash. And so, you know, according to the reporting, Uncle Dennis asked several teams, Lakers, Raptors, for extra benefits, if you will.
Including an ownership stake.
Ownership stake. Like, that's circumventing the cap right there, right? Like, you can't do that, right? Like, yeah, we'll give you 5% of the team too, or something like that. And so, yeah, it's and so when I asked earlier how much, you know, culpability does Kawhi, like, he's asking for things he knows, you know, through Uncle Dennis that, you know, aren't allowable in the CBA. And so it's I do think the Clippers were desperate, man. And when you're desperate, you do some things, you know, you skirt the rules a little bit.
I don't know, obviously, what actually happened, but it's readily apparent to me that the Clippers, and maybe by extension the league, I don't know, they're trying to direct the attention back to Uncle Dennis. You know, it's like, well, we didn't do anything wrong. You want to see somebody who did something wrong? Like, even in the interview that Steve Ballmer did with ESPN, he was asked, well, when did anyone make any of these improper demands? He said, if anyone did, we just reminded ourselves that, you know, what's proper, and we did what was proper, which is a way of saying throwing somebody under the bus without throwing on the bus, right? Like he's saying, it wasn't us.
Right.
So that's the narrative that I think the Clippers, and maybe it's true, I don't know. But I also think that was one of the reasons we saw that piece we saw yesterday. I think there is an effort on the half of the Clippers, and maybe the NBA too, as I say, to try to push this towards, it wasn't Steve Ballmer doing stuff. It was that Uncle Dennis.
Yeah.
I don't know what the truth is.
And you know, it seems like, you know, the Clippers are trying to put it on Uncle Dennis and what's the name of the company? Aspirion or Aspiration. Yeah. Those are the culprits.
They defrauded me. Yeah, you're
I
right.
was conned too.
Yeah,
you know, I'm a victim in this, just like every league is, you know. And so, yeah, I think they're trying to protect Ballmer at all costs right now. The organization is.
Yeah. It's going to be a while. It's going to be like that. You know whose story? It's going to drag on for a while.
What?
This story.
Drag on
and on and on.
Yeah. And think about it too. You know, if you're covering the team, anytime the Clippers come to town, it has to be asked about, right? And you know, and if you're Kawhi, media day coming up, are you meeting with the media? Or are they going to try to protect him and hide him too? You know, like they've been doing. So yeah, it's going to be around.
I'll tell you what, times like this, I miss Commissioner Stern, because he would come down
hard. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why I think, you know, with Adam Silver, and because it's Steve Ballmer, it might not be as forceful, whatever punishment comes out of this, as like you said, David Stern would handle.
Yeah. Real quick here, our buddy John Hollinger coming after the Kings, Drapes. John Hollinger has a piece today on the under the radar offseason moves, or he says, Mikal Bridges, Jordan Poole, more 2025 NBA offseason deals that deserve more scrutiny. And one of the deals, he has, of course, he has Jordan Poole, as I said, Mikal Bridges extension, Kings swap with Nuggets. Yeah, the motivation for the second Valanciunas trade was to get the Kings below the luxury tax threshold to facilitate other moves, writes John Hollinger. But it was not a necessary precondition either. The Kings would have just been $600,000 over the tax line if they'd held on to Valanciunas and made all the other same moves this offseason. He also points out that the reason the Kings did this was, of course, quote, the other part of this that I'm not even dunking on is the signed Dennis Schröder for the full mid-level exception aspect, which was the other half of Sacramento's cap logic. The Kings did need a point guard, says Hollinger. They didn't need to go to the full non-taxpayer MLE for Schröder, which is the thing that put them in the position of trading Valanciunas for Saric. They could have signed Tyus Jones or D'Angelo Russell for half the money. Both are 3 years younger and arguably better players. I'll just stop right there. D'Angelo Russell would have been a horrible fit here for the Kings. If D'Angelo Russell played on this Kings team, they'd give up 170 points every game.
You talk about a shot first point guard.
Yeah.
You shoot first point guard. I mean,
and no a terrible defender who has no interest in defense.
Right. And he said arguably better, Tyus Jones and I'm just like, no, if you want to get on the Kings for the Jonas Valanciunas deal, okay. Like he was a good player, valuable, serviceable player, but how much do you think the Sacramento tax, being in Sacramento, we had to pay Dennis Schröder a little extra, where maybe he might have wanted to go to a contender or something like that. But then you offer him, a bigger payday and he's like, dang, and a starting role, I got to take this. And so, if you want to bash, Scott and question the Valanciunas situation, okay, go ahead. But here's the thing though, Whitey. We're arguing about a guy, Hollinger, that's going to play 15 minutes a night, 18 minutes max in terms of Valanciunas, a seventh man, an eighth man. You ask any GM if they'd be willing to trade their seventh, eighth man for a starting point guard, most of them would say yes. And so now if Valanciunas was our starting center and you had to get rid of him, just okay, but we're talking about a bench guy. Mm-hmm. Like you got to have the foundation of the house built first. You're starting five solidified first before you can really flesh out the bench.
I think if Dennis Schröder comes in here and he's like, okay, if he doesn't fit here, if the fit is as bad as it was in Golden State, Hollinger is right. But if Schröder comes in here and plays anything like he did in Eurobasket, I know that's a whole different level, then he's wrong. I mean, it all hinges on how badly the Kings wanted Schröder and what they think they'll get from him and whether they're right or not.
Right. That's the thing. And that's what, will be remains to be seen. If he brings out the best out of Zach and DeMar and actually fits in, I could see the move. And let's keep it real though. Let's call it what it is too. This is a short-term fix. I know, 3-year deal, third year partially guaranteed, but in the whole scheme of life, the moves you make, like these are minor moves that Scott Perry has made. It's not like he blew it up or traded multiple picks. He let the seventh or eighth man go.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. In the whole scheme of life, when it's time to win, we won't remember that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Drapes has been here an hour. We haven't talked about Brock Purdy yet.
I'm getting sick.
We got to do that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Alan Stiles here with your Sactown Sports injury update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Ben Bowden, out with that left shoulder lat strain, got an MRI last week and showed a grade 2 lat strain. He's currently shut down from throwing. His expected return is TBD. Denzel Clark, out with that right adductor strain, is set to run the bases in mid-September and could begin a rehab assignment in mid-September. If all goes well, his expected return late September. That was your Sactown Sports injury update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay $0 up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, as we hit the home stretch in 2025, there seems little doubt that Nick Kurtz will become the American League Rookie of the Year, and even a chance that Kurtz and Jacob Wilson will finish 1-2, and also the chance that Wilson will become the A's first rookie ever to win the American League batting title.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Telling me what you do want to do? Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist. Do you mind telling me what you do want to do? Well, sir, someday I'd like to be a dentist.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Kyle Draper's back with us today. Playing a little hurt today. Had to go to the dentist again. Yeah.
Dude, your boy, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling.
Is that it? Are we taken care of now as far as you know? Like,
no, I got to go back and get the tooth actually put in, but that's
you just got the post?
Months. Yeah, I just got
like
the
little
post in there, like the little thing.
Did they at least give you a couple weeks?
No, they said a few months. To
let
it fully heal.
You got to let it heal.
Yeah, you got to let it fully heal and set.
And then they like screw the tooth on it or.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, it's so crazy because when he was doing it, we all had to drill before and everything, but this was like, I don't know, man. It was like, I don't even know how to describe the twisting. It was like, it was like, it wasn't, it was, it was weird,
jackhammer out?
Yeah, it was like to jackhammer and something, man. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and he was
Dude,
like,
my mouth just hurts listening.
dude, it's because what they got to do, they got to dig in and take all the root out and everything.
Okay.
Pull everything out.
Do you get that? Do they give that?
No,
to you?
no. They put in a little case and a little baggie for me and said, "Here you go." So they pull everything out. Then they, put this little post in there or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was getting the tooth today. So I'm like, searching my mouth out. Where, he's like, "No, we gotta let it heal." And so it's surgery, bro.
Sure.
It's
oral
surgery. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So they actually said I'm supposed to put some ice on it too. So next break, I'm gonna go downstairs and get some ice. But
Would they
I'm ducking Valen,
or they give you anything stronger for the pain?
No, they're gonna.
None of my business.
I got
I'm
a
just
call.
curious.
They were supposed to put in a prescription for me.
Yeah,
I have not
yeah.
gotten the update from them yet regarding that.
Well, save that for tomorrow's show, and then that'll be a show to remember.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, the ibuprofen. What's the like amoxicillin stuff? Whatever whatever.
Oh,
that-
the antibiotic.
Antibiotic.
Oh,
also,
sure,
yeah.
sure. Okay,
so
yeah.
it doesn't get infected. You know. So
Wow.
yeah, it's legit, man.
Mhm. And stitches, you said.
Yeah, and stitches. And I'm like, and I could feel him, bringing the thread through and I'm like, how does he do that? Like, yeah, it's brutal.
So
man.
that's the spot where you had the root canal then, obviously.
No, you didn't hear this story because you didn't do the show with me last week. So I had last week,
whenever
Monday and
it was.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because of
'Cause I
Monday,
was filling in
Tuesday, and
for
you were filling in
Alan.
for Styles.
Yeah.
And I told Jay
I forgot you were here last.
Yeah, I was here, big
My
fella,
bad.
for 2 days, And so I had the root canal on tooth 15. You didn't hear the story, bro?
Oh, you know the numbers of the bicuspids.
I do, man, because I've been in there so much. But while I was in Sydney, Australia, I'm eating, some chicken tenders or something like that.
With your friend. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, you remember that? Yeah, my friend Stuart, 80-year-old friend Stuart.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, tooth 13 falls out.
Uh-oh.
It's when I had a previous root canal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. So I bag up the tooth, take it home, and I'm thinking they could just pop it back in.
Uh-huh.
They're like, no, it broke off.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. So
you don't drink any milk or anything?
I know, right? I don't. That might be the problem too.
Yeah,
I
brother.
don't drink milk, man.
A little almond milk or something.
Brittle
Goat-
bones.
goat milk.
Yeah, man. So it wasn't even the root canal. The root canal tooth is doing fine. It's
Oh,
A-okay.
okay.
It's
Wow.
the one 2 over from that. Struggling.
All right. Get it taken care of.
17 and 15 and
Right,
13.
13 and
The
15,
odds,
man.
the odd team.
13 and 15. It's yeah.
Or Battleship.
And I'm usually good at the dentist. I'm a really good dental patient, if you will. Because I know some people, they're frightened.
Sounds like your limits were tested.
Yeah, I
now.
think I'm done. I think I'm over, like, it's, and I got to go back, but
Did they give you, I think I asked you this before. I don't remember. Did they give you like something to watch or anything? Because they do that sometimes now. at the dentist.
they
I've
did
never
say,
done it. Like, I don't want to watch anything.
Oh, to see it or
Yeah.
just like watch a TV show?
Yeah, watch a TV show.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They said you could put on your headphones to listen to music
Oh, okay.
or something if you want. So I did that.
Yeah.
It didn't help.
What do you listen to?
I had my R&B playlist going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was, I thought about listening because it was an 8:00 appointment. I thought about listening to Carmichael Dave and them, but I didn't want anything to agitate me while I'm,
Right.
getting
You don't
work.
want
I
that.
didn't want my
Yeah.
blood to be boiling.
Great
listening
show
to those
today.
jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Was
But-
Jason Ross in
He
studio?
was. He was back. He got in late last night, he said.
Well, I was on the same flight with him.
Oh, okay. Then you know.
And I need to figure out, is Jason Ross on a different Kings contract plan than I am?
Oh.
Because I hop on the plane, 1, 2, 3, 4, first class. I see Jason Ross.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, hold up now. I know the same people booked our flights.
Mm.
He's in first class. I'm in business or, and so I need to figure out how he got that.
Not
Did he
only
buy the
that,
upgrade or-
when I guess he got to the airport and called Alva, and she's like, "Are you hungry?" He's really tired and he had to get up early.
Yeah.
Like, I guess. She goes, "I made gumbo," and he's like, "Well, I
What?
gotta have gumbo." So he had
In the
gumbo
middle of the week?
when he got home last night.
I tell you what, let me just say
That Louisiana roots.
Yes.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to get personal right now. J. Ross, she's a keeper, big fella.
You ain't lying.
Because back in my day, I get home 10:30, 11. Ain't nothing made. Ain't nobody awake. Ain't no welcome home signs. Like gumbo. You know what I had?
Sit in the microwave.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. Not a thing, man. Nothing covered. With the little plastic wrap and a little note, honey. I'm nothing.
Oh, she's a treasure.
And so
no
that
question.
is a keeper, big fella.
Yeah.
Because that's something I wish happened in my life sometimes, man. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, very impressive.
Damn, he's lucky.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Then he had to, make his way in early this morning. So he was hurting a little bit, and you're hurting today, but we're glad you're back.
I will say this about Jay Ross, one of the nicest guys. But why'd he do the show Monday and then fly out?
I don't know. I didn't know he did.
He did the show Monday and then flew out.
Oh, okay.
Across country.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, bro, take a day off, right, Jay? I mean, damn.
You already know where I'm coming
right?
from.
Like that dude, man, he's loyal to the station. Shout out to
Dedicated
him,
to his craft.
And he's been here, 30 years, 25 years, something like that? He's been here around for a
forever.
while. Yeah. So he's a lifer, right?
Yeah. Do you remember the day Magic Johnson came back to the NBA?
Damn.
Yeah. I remember listening that day, and I remember hearing Jason Ross.
Shut up.
On this station.
That was 95. So it's been 30 years.
I believe I have a recollection of that, and I don't believe I'm mistaken. He's been here a long time.
Damn.
Long
Shout
time.
out to him, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Hey, we haven't had a chance to talk to you about your Eagles. Which 2-0 team would you rather be right now, 49ers or Eagles?
That's not even a real question, right? I mean, because one is a fake 2-0, barely scraping by the dregs of the NFL.
2 road wins.
Come on, man. The Saints.
Without
and
your
you guys
quarterback.
talked about this. I'm sure you guys talked. Can we at least say the Saints are terrible?
Oh, they are.
Undisciplined.
Yeah, like Spencer
They're bad
Rattler,
team.
I'll tell you what, he can spin it.
He can make some plays. He can with his legs. He can make some plays with his legs. Guys dropping passes and everything. I'm like, come on. It's so bad. A win is a win, 2-0. Shout out to Mac Jones, starting quarterback going forward probably in the future for the Niners.
Brock was practicing again today, so we'll see.
Who they got? Arizona at home this week?
Battle of the Unbeatens. Kyle Shanahan says, and of course he's going to say this. He said it last week. He says, yeah, he could go this week. He could go. So we'll see. Maybe. There's 5 teams that could be playing their backup quarterbacks this week, including the 49ers.
Yeah. And that's been, when you look at the NFL, that's the story, right? So far, big name quarterbacks start, Washington, McDaniel, he looks like Jaden Daniels, looks like he's out, and so it's, Cincinnati, obviously, with Joe Burrow. But are you comfortable with Mac?
I don't
Did
like
he look
him,
good?
but he played well.
Yeah,
held the ball too long a little bit, but considering, it's first game with the new team and they didn't have all their players, people always say weapons. He didn't have all his weapons. Yeah, he played well.
Like, if you're Shannon, are you okay? Brock, take another week off. No need to rush.
See, everyone says that. I'm not. And I think even Jay is like, yeah, you don't want to rush Brock back. If Brock is close to being ready to go, I want him back.
Yeah.
But I think I'm in the minority.
Well, this is a big game.
Yeah.
Arizona looks like they're going to be there in the mix at the end. And you can't lose a home division game, especially against another 2-0 team. So I would understand that. But, I think Mac, the fall off isn't that much, man. There's not saying he's Brock Purdy. Brock is a better quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But if he's not healthy, the way Mac looked, and Kyle wanted Mac back in the day anyway.
Yeah, he did.
He did. So
we were talking Tuesday about underrated quarterbacks, and I was saying it's hard to be underrated now because everybody knows everything about every quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think Baker is underrated. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, right.
I think maybe Justin Herbert is.
Ooh, Jay's guy.
I think your guy is too.
Who are you talking about?
Your quarterback. I think he's
say his name, Whitey. Say his damn name.
I don't remember it.
My guy is solid, man. He's so good.
I think
Carson Wentz.
He may be underrated.
You know what he is, though. He's not, going to go out there and throw for 400 yards, 50 touchdowns on the season. But he is in control of that offense. And it seems like you cannot pressure him or speed him up. Like the pace at which he plays, I'm loving it right now.
And just his legs are a real weapon. And it's not, like a freakish sort of, oh, the play broke down. What do I do?
Right.
It's like it's in the DNA of their offense, his ability to run the ball. He's tough to stop.
That's the
He'll
thing.
break your back with those third down runs.
Right. And the thing about it, it's not like he's the fastest guy out there, but I think what Jalen Hurts doesn't get enough credit for, honestly, is his football IQ, if you will. You know, when to pass, when to run. You know, it's not like he's, Michael Vick just out there running like his head cut off. Like, he doesn't waste many steps out there on the football field. And so, no, I'm glad you said that. I've been saying that for years. But we got to remember, though, we got to put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. I understand a couple of years ago the Eagles had a down season. But just 3 years ago, Whitey, he was in the conversation for MVP before he got banged up. Like, he was, clubhouse leader, if you will, a few years ago. And so we got to put some respect on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, they got the Rams this week, of course, and
That's going to be a good game.
You got Sean McVay, who's very anti-tush push, and he says, well, we're having discussions with the league. Make sure that they officiate that properly.
It is the conversation surrounding the tush push has been awful. It has been.
ESPN had a question Tuesday. Is the tush push ruining football?
Right. What are we talking? And I'm listening to Greeny. It is a horrible play to watch. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Maybe I'm biased. I think it is, because now it's like, can you stop it? How do you stop it? Like, it's a chess match almost out there. And I still don't understand how come more teams don't use it. It's because they don't have the size quarterback,
that's
that
part
size,
of it. Yeah. They're not I think some of it's philosophical. We talked about it yesterday. Some teams just don't believe in it. And you also have to have the right type of offensive line.
Right. And here's the thing, though. If you have, this is my problem with this whole discussion about the tush push. Basically, it's this quarterback sneak with some help from people behind you. If they hand the ball to Saquon, he gets to the line and the people push, that's okay. They're just cutting out some middle steps. That's all it is.
Yeah.
This might be the last year, too.
Yeah, probably. You also have to have an offensive coordinator who has zero imagination. What do we do? Hike ball, shove quarterback. So, yeah. Look, we talked yesterday. Jay and I agreed. I don't know how Jay feels about how it looks. I don't like the way it looks, but it's a rule and they're taking advantage of it better than any other team. What are they supposed to do?
Right.
It's legal. And as you say, every other team can do it if they want. They don't. And the Eagles take advantage of it. So on some level, I don't want to give them credit, but they deserve some credit for that. As you say, take advantage of it now because it's probably going away.
Well, this Yahoo from the 916 says, when has anyone ever pushed players in the back before? ? The refs used to always blow it dead. This ain't rugby. Get the hell out of here with that BS play. It's legal now.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it used to be you can't do that.
Right.
But then they changed the rule. And so you see it all the time now. When guys get stood up, people running in to try to push. The Eagles just do it from the snap. I love it, man. I think it's a great play. It's a smart play, to be honest with you, too. If you can do it, 4th and 1, it changes the game, man.
I do love it when it gets stopped. I love that when it's stopped.
Is it because it's the Eagles or
just the whole notion of it? Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Some of it's the Eagles.
Right.
But I was telling Jay a couple days ago, I have to root for your team this week.
Oh, against the Rams. Yeah. That's going to be a hell of a game. I like that. But you don't want to tie? You know what I mean?
That's what Jay said. That's what Jay said. Speaking of all the backup quarterbacks, Carson Wentz, former Eagle.
How about that? Yeah.
He'll make NFL history against the Bengals Sunday. He'll be the first player to start for 6 different teams over 6 consecutive NFL seasons. Is that a good thing?
Really?
Yes.
He's been moving around like that.
Eagles, Colts, Commanders, Rams, Chiefs before joining the Vikings. He said, it sounds crazy when you say that. It's definitely given me different perspective. First guy ever to start for 6 different teams over 6 consecutive NFL seasons. I don't know if that's that's impressive or, oh.
How's this guy still in the league? I mean, he went from an MVP candidate. Remember? He was an MVP candidate to just hanging on right now. And so I don't know if that's a good thing in terms of your career, but for your paycheck, you're still in the league, right?
Right.
But it's like, damn, you can't stick anywhere, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you're not impressed by the 2-0 49ers, huh?
No.
Now, I said nice things about the Eagles. You have to admit it.
Nah, because the games, they're against, and the Seattle win was nice. That was a solid win. Although I felt like Seattle lost that game. Some of the defensive plays, misplaying the ball, Purdy throwing it up for grabs on the game-winning touchdown. That was one, we used to play this game in Philly called throw up grab, where you just throw the ball up, whoever grabs it and runs. That's what that pass was like. He just threw it up in traffic. Whoever grabs it, we're going to live with that play. But, in terms, the Saints are horrible, fellas. They are like the fact that the Niners, had to battle them, if you will. What they give up, 24 in that game or something like that? Come on, man. That's
I have
a horrible
to say,
team.
your anti-49er bias hit a new low the day after that Seattle game. And maybe you weren't.
Why, you
feeling
heard
well.
me or something?
Yeah, well, because I did the show for Alan.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm driving home and I'm listening to the Drive Guys. And the 49ers had just won a miraculous win. And you're asking people, the 49ers don't have a true number one receiver. Is this roster malpractice? Give me a call. And I'm like screaming at the radio, they won the game. They're 1-0. They won the game. What are we talking about?
Oh, man. All right, Brian Kelly out there at LSU. I did not that was not on the rundown. It just evolved into that, And I'm all about, what stimulates the best conversation.
Yeah.
After a 1-0, a nice win, we're not going to go out here and wave pom-poms because Jake Moody was the story afterwards, and that's how it kind of started. Is it malpractice that Kyle Shanahan keeps running this guy out there? And then you look at the wide receiver situation. Jenny's getting hurt.
Ricky P is a true number one.
Number one what?
Receiver.
Come on.
Leading the league in yards per catch.
Come on, man.
He's phenomenal.
You know what Tricky Ricky P is?
A number one?
Nah,
why did you just say?
You pull him out in case of emergency, break glass. Like, you don't need him for 3 quarters. All of a sudden, all right, let me break glass, 4th quarter. Come on out.
Now. They need him now.
He's been playing well. Come on now.
Nah, he's solid. But he's not a number one.
Not yet.
Because we talked about top off the field, deep threat, somebody to stretch the field. Tricky Ricky P, they not game planning like that. They're not game planning.
They better start.
Because ain't nobody else on the team.
20.5 yards per catch. Number one. By the way, you mentioned Jake Moody. We had this story yesterday.
Yeah, what you got?
Your guy Jay was hanging out with Emron yesterday. And Emron, he's looking at some stuff Emron has, and Emron had a Jake Moody autographed jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
I saw you see his post?
Yes.
About that? It was like off center there. It was a little light.
Yeah.
Emron, man. He got jokes.
So Jay asked how much, and there's like, you can have it. Yeah, he's going to give it to him.
He's going to give it to him?
Are you getting it, Jay? Are you going to take it?
I'm going to take it.
You don't want that, do you, bro?
Well, I walked out the building. I just put it down. I was like, I'm good. Whatever. Got a couple picks. And I got enough. Like, what could I do with a Jake Moody? But not just the jersey. It's autographed.
Yeah, that's all right.
What can I do with a Jake Moody autographed jersey? So I asked him what was the current status on it and how much was it worth? And he was like, about $25. And I almost laughed. I said, Emron, you must be out your damn mind. You think somebody gonna pay for that? But he was like, hey, you could take it. So we'll see.
All right. Okay. All right.
What can I do with it?
Yeah.
You got any ideas?
Some people suggested yesterday that Halloween costume. That'd be a great Halloween. It would. It'd be scary too for 49er fans.
Right. You don't know where that ball going to go.
Haunted house style.
Yes.
That's funny. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd take it. I mean, I still got that Brock Purdy jersey. See if I
don't
get
say
that.
it like that. What are you talking about?
It's like Jake Moody, Brock Purdy, same category, if you will.
Brock Purdy's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, just like Dennis Schröder is, right?
I figured if he was, then he would be too.
Yeah, you're terrible, man.
What do you think of tonight's game, Drapes? The Dolphins and the Bills.
Oh, dude. Somebody is asking me, as a matter of fact, because, they're in this Pick'em league,
Survivor League or
just Pick'em with the point spread.
Oh, okay.
And their spread on here is 12.5.
I think it's come down in some corners.
Has it come down?
A point, but still
take Buffalo, right? You got to. Miami is a dumpster fire right now, and it's up in Buffalo. I got this one 37 to like 14, 13, something like that.
You can have the points. You want the Bills.
Yeah,
huh?
give me the Bills.
Yeah.
Bills are looking monstrous right now.
Yeah. And Josh Allen owns them.
He's banged up a little
Owns
bit,
them,
though, right?
Dolphins.
Don't he got a little scratch or bruise or something
I
like
don't
that
know,
he's
does he?
playing with? Yeah. They said he's going to wear, what is it, eye guard or something? I need to look this up.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he got banged up last week. But, yeah, this is a division game. It seems like the Dolphins are out on their coach,
Right.
if you will. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, this should be a blood.
Did you hear the answer he gave to the question after the game? He was explaining what happened on a 4th down play. And we've talked about it. It might have been the worst response to a question a coach has ever given. Did you happen to hear Mike McDaniel?
I heard one bite about him talking about. Go ahead. Set it up for me.
Well, yeah, it just sounded like, he's a smart guy. It sounded like he wanted to say something clever. And he got, this happens when we're on the air sometimes. He got partway down that road and he just had nothing.
I didn't know
and
where
it
else.
just sounded like the most pathetic answer by the most confused coach in the
my
history
gosh.
of football. Here's Mike McDaniel.
That's kind of where the frustration lies for me. Is there was not it wasn't deciding that cost us or a late play call, which that happens at times. But this was not one of those times. I got the play call in, but I need to do a better job supervising all of the orchestration within our multiple personnel groups. So to win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
To win the game, you got to win the game, not lose the
What
game.
the hell did he say? I didn't know. Like the first part, I'm like, what is he saying? And then to win the game, you got to win.
Not lose the game.
That sounds like a dude that's on the hot seat, right?
Mhm. But if they lose tonight and the Dolphins decide to go another way, could be an opportunity to scoop and score for the 49ers because he used to be on Kyle Shanahan's staff.
You're not
The
bringing
players
him back.
love him. Yeah.
Really?
Bring him back. If he wants to do it, run game coordinator. Woo.
He'd be a consultant at this point.
Yeah,
because we're already in the season.
That would make a really good 2-0 team even better.
You know what? And here's the thing about it. And I understand the Niners are a legacy franchise, but I'm watching ESPN the other day.
Yeah.
And he's like, which 2-0 team is the most surprising? And they're like, somebody said the 49ers. I'm like, bro, they beat the Saints and the Seahawks. And the Seahawks, that was a solid game.
Without Brock Purdy.
But the Saints are terrible, man. They are really bad.
They've been in both their games.
Who, the Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's like the drop passes, the penalties, they just don't have it, man. They just don't have enough. And the fact that the Niners have had to gut out wins in back-to-back weeks against these two dregs of the NFL. Come on.
Seattle just went into Pittsburgh and beat the Steelers.
Seattle's solid, but it was week 1 the first week. So, they were trying to figure things out under Sam. Sam Darnold looked terrible, I thought.
He didn't look good.
Yeah. So.
When we come back, Trey Young, he ain't known for his dunks, but he just dunked all over Patrick Beverly next. We'll hear it on Sactown Sports.
No big deal, but you've been earning Kohl's Cash for 20 years. That's 2 decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter our month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm a plumber and needed to get work in the door.
So business was going down the drain?
Yeah, I went to Staples. They printed yard signs, business cards, even flyers to leave at supply stores.
But at what cost, man?
Well, I saved $125 on my order, and now I'm booked solid. Boom!
Back at ya. For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
out. No big deal, but you've been earning Kohl's Cash for 20 years. That's 2 decades of checkout wins. To celebrate, enter our month-long sweepstakes for a chance to win $200 in Kohl's Cash. Plus, save on fall faves during the Customer Appreciation event now. Yep, 2 decades of Kohl's Cash is a big deal. Shop Kohl's and brag accordingly. Coupon ends September 21st. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. Sweepstakes ends September 30th, 2025. No purchase necessary. 20 winners per day. Limit 1 prize per person for entire sweepstakes. See Kohls.com for official rules and details.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino. Join Sky River Rewards today for a chance to receive up to $2,500 in free play. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun with rewards that add up and up. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit us to see how. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair. The Drive Guys.
Kyle Draper's back today. He just had to step out for a moment. But it's interesting. One of the things that he told us was at the NBA meetings. The NBA made it clear to members of the media that they want people in the media to celebrate the game more. And they want to take the focus away from the back and forth between players and some of the negativity surrounding the player beefs, right, Drapes? Is that what you say? The league is trying to encourage all members of the media to focus on the game and the positives and focus less on this guy said that about that guy, or this guy's mad about him, and they used to be former teammates.
Yeah,
and all that.
and not only that, but also comparisons too. Our Jordan LeBron debates, and this guy couldn't play in that era and things like that. They want to get away from that, focus more on what's happening on the floor night in and night out.
I understand all that, but I will say, I think we can all agree, when you get a real genuine back and forth between two players, or in this case, a current player and a former player, it's pretty interesting.
Right. That creates some rivalries, right? A little beef. Nothing wrong with that.
So Patrick Beverly and Trey Young all of a sudden have a little thing going. The way it started, Hoop Herald with a question: why do NBA players play so hard in random open gyms in the summer, but give no effort in the All-Star game with millions watching? And Patrick Beverly weighed in on that. On X, he said, because All-Stars take the game for granted. Not one All-Star on the court, good bump. Then you had Trey Young responding to that saying, relax. Let us speak for ourselves.
Ooh. He's like, you're not privy to this. This is a conversation among grown-ups. You're not in this club here.
Patrick Beverly addressed this on his latest podcast. He noted that he's talked to NBA players who previously played with Trey Young and didn't enjoy their time because they, quote, don't think he's a good leader, end quote, and, quote, don't think he's a good teammate.
Wow.
It's Patrick Beverly taking shots back at Trey Young. And I believe he also said, that's not me saying that. That's just the people that played with him that I've talked to.
Okay.
So then Trey Young, who doesn't have a podcast, right? I don't think he has a podcast.
Think he's out there like that.
He set up a microphone.
I think this is something. It's called From the Point of TY, right? Didn't he create something called From the Point of TY?
Okay. All right.
I thought he just did it just for this, but maybe you're right.
I'll triple check.
Yeah, here is Trey Young's response to Patrick Beverly.
In the game of basketball, we talking basketball here. In one conference finals to show for it, your impact for winning was very strong, huh? And this ain't no shot again to them guys, because I know from being in my shoes, I know how hard it is to win in this league. I know how much luck you have to have on your side to win at a high level and go play into June, like you said, because you play in June every year, huh? You've been able to play with all these guys, and you talk about impact winning. Where was your real impact in winning? I know you were labeled as a tough defender, a great defender, and the accolades say that you were. But I promise you, anytime you was on the court with me, I was never scared of you. I was never scared of Patty Bev. I promise you. And as you can tell, Patty don't scare me now. And also, let me clarify my tweet for you, since you want to do it this way. Relax. Let us speak for ourselves. It's simply just that. Let us speak for ourselves. Some of us have different opinions than others. But if you have somebody who's a non-All-Star, who's never been to the All-Star game, never even had a chance, or even felt like he had a chance when he was playing in this league, say that the guys who are All-Stars take the game for granted when we playing. I can't speak for every All-Star that's been there. I can only speak for myself. And I just wanted to let you know that you need to relax, because not every All-Star that's played in the game or plays in the game wants to play the way we do, or wants to see the type of performances that we've had. So when I say let us speak for ourselves, I mean just that, Patty. Let the All-Stars speak about us. Let the All-Stars speak about the game. Everybody has an opinion. You have an opinion, but just don't be disrespectful.
There you go. Trey Young. Snapping back.
Patty.
Called him Patty.
Bev.
Yeah, multiple times. Patty Bev.
Yeah, you played in June all the time, huh?
Yeah. Patty Bev.
And that was just part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, he went in even more, huh?
He was also making fun of him for jumping on the table when they won a playing game.
Yeah.
And he talked about, he's like, he started naming off like 12 people he played that are Hall of Famers and ain't done nothing with them.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Kevin Durant weighed in as well on X. He said, hey,
Durant did? Of course
this bleep getting out of hand, man. Come on, Pat. You sound delusional, brother.
Wow. See, now that kind of stuff I like. If I'm the league, right? You don't want everybody to be all buddy-buddy, And I know Pat Bev's not in the league anymore, but, you don't want anybody to be buddy-buddy. You want some rivalries out there. And, shout out to Trey Young, man. I didn't know he had,
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of his, but after that, I'm becoming one.
And I will say this about Trey, because I talked to some people in Atlanta about him. this season and a few years ago. And what Pat Bev was saying about the leadership, I think that was an issue early on in his career. But when I talked to people this past season, this is 2 years removed from my initial conversations, they said, no, he's been great, complete 180, great leader. And so, shout out to Trey, man. And I think that's a reason why the Hawks haven't moved on from him. They're like, all right, we're seeing some growth from you, Trey Young. We're still going to build around.
They're thinking about it though, aren't they? Or at least they have been.
They have been. But it seems like by making the Porzingis trade, some of the other moves they made, like they seem to be all in on this version of the Hawks right now.
Remember, it seems like forever ago now, but it was just earlier start of the summer. There was talk of the Hawks dangling Trey Young to see if your Sacramento Kings were interested.
Yeah,
and I don't believe they were.
I don't think so. I mean, you hear Scott Perry and the way he talks too. Tough, hard nosed, but also defense is a key. And so Trey Young is, let's keep it real, a liability defensively. And so, but man, is he a talent? He is a talent, boy. I wouldn't mind having a guy like Trey Young here, building around him, but you got to have the right people around him. Let's not forget though, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I understand it was the bubble year and everything like that, but they were playing at a high level at one point.
Yeah, I just don't think he'd be a good fit with the current roster because again, you just don't have enough good defenders, and he's not a great defender, and you can't add another one who's not.
Right. Exactly. But whose side you on here? Pat Bev or no?
I didn't really have a dog in the fight, but I loved the response from Trey Young. And like I said, I've never really been a Trey Young guy. It's like, yeah, but now I'm like, yeah, you get him.
Yes, exactly. And so shout out to Trey, man. And I agree, that question should be posed to the All-Stars. How come you guys aren't playing as hard? How come, don't pose it to Pat Bev, and you can. And to Trey's point, Pat Bev's, from what I see or something like that, the way he posed it, I could imagine All-Stars, feeling like he's taking a shot at them.
Maybe they need to have the All-Star game in the summer. I don't know.
Dude, that is one of it's like you going hard in a game that doesn't mean anything. You don't gain anything from it. There's no monetary, incentive, but yet in front of millions, your crown jewel, if you will, you don't play hard. It's kind of weird, I think.
Where are you on the Kaminga, the protections? Because it looks like maybe that's a stumbling block. Maybe we don't get that far. The whole Kuminga and Kings thing may come down to the two owners, and that could go any which way. There's a very good chance nothing happens. But my question is this, Sam Amick has suggested, hey, if the Kings are willing to back off protections, that might be enough to change the Warriors' minds. I've said, and I think we're in agreement, I wouldn't pursue Kaminga. But if I liked him and the Kings seemed to like him, if I were pursuing him, I'd be willing to waive the protections because getting him is like getting a first-round pick because he's only, 22.
What year are we talking about for these protections?
Yeah.
For this pick,
Good question.
And
not sure.
I don't know. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking off the protections because as nice of a player as Kaminga is, there's no guarantee that you're going to be that much better. And so when you're a team like Sacramento, now, if you were trading for Giannis, somebody that, is going to guaranteed make you better, take you from a lottery team to a playoff team. Okay. Kaminga is too much of a gamble. I don't know if he's going to do that.
Yeah.
And so that unprotected pick still could be a lottery pick, depending on what year we're talking about. Is it 2028, 2027, 2031? What are we talking about here?
Timberwolves pick down the road. No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that either. Yeah. No, exactly. And so I don't think.
I'm just saying if they wanted him, I could see how you would wait. If you really want him, I wouldn't want him. But if you want him, it's like a first-round pick. Waive the protection.
I think when you look at Kaminga, and there's some upside there, but it's too big of a question mark.
It is.
And honestly, considering our history, if we did that, That'd be the year a generational talent is available or something like that. We get the number 2 pick or the number 4 pick or something like that.
You haven't been here long enough to know that. You're right. But
right. Right. Because here's the thing, Whitey. We saw it with Dallas. Just because you're solid and good doesn't mean Dallas got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, sure
so
did.
we could win 45, 46, 47 games with Kaminga, still miss the playoffs, and that'll be the 1 year when the lottery balls bounce our way. Nah, I don't want to do that.
Dallas got the first pick. That wasn't suspicious at all. Hey, Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz returns.
That's coming back.
Yeah, and I know we're going to the bottom of the next hour.
All right, let's do it.
But we got some football to get to then. So you up for that, Jay? The return of the Wayback quiz?
Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't sound so sure. We got that coming up. Drapes against Jay next.
All
Sactown
right.
Sports.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sand wedge or a 3-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. You can tee it up on the ocean at the links of Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Hey, sports fans! Finally, a horror film with a football twist. Check out Him, the IMAX experience, playing this week at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento.
In this game, violence is rewarded, so learn to enjoy it.
Greatness demands sacrifice. The next great quarterback descends into a world of terror and trains into something darker. The best theater to experience Him is on the Esquire IMAX Theater 6-story screen. Grab your reserved seats today at IMAX.com/Sacramento.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Grant Afseth's impersonator is back as well. So thank you, Grant Afseth's impersonator, weighing in on the text line, coming after me for something. But good to hear from you. One of the most bizarre episodes in the history of this show, certainly.
Yeah.
Because we had this person, for laughs, impersonating Grant Afseth. Then we had Alan, who was like, oh, my goodness.
Alan thought it was real, right?
Yeah, so he called Grant Afseth to tell him, hey, I'm so sorry. And he's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Alan took the bait, huh? Oh, my
and
God.
Grant Afseth was tweeting about people impersonating me in Sacramento.
Oh, my gosh.
So good to hear from you, Fake G. Right now, it's time for Whitey's Wayback Machine Quiz, September 18th, brought to you by Lee's Air, Plumbing, and Heating. It's been a long
I think
time.
I'm the defending champ. Probably.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I just claimed that real quick.
It's been forever, man. Like a month.
Yeah, everything in the quiz is based on things that happened on this date, or is related to things that happened on this date. Do you want to go first, Jay?
Let Drapes go first.
All right.
Okay.
He's a visitor to the show.
All right. I know, right? A guest on the show.
So, Kyle Draper, you're up first here. We have this date, what year in the NBA? This date, what year in the NFL? We have 1966 NFL, 1984 stolen base stats, 1996 strikeout stats, and we have 2016. Where would you like to start?
I'm trying to decide. Do I want to jump up early 1-0 or let's do 2016?
2016. It's multiple choice.
All right, I got this.
This date, 2016, who joins Terrell Owens as the only players with 1,000 catches and 4 touchdown receptions for 4 different teams? Is it Randy Moss, Anquan Bolden, or Golden Tate? On this date, 26, joining T.O. as the only players with 1,000 catches and 4 TD catches for 4 different teams.
What year was this?
This was 2016. Randy Moss, Anquan Bolden, Golden Tate.
Randy Moss.
Randy Moss is not correct.
What?
Over to Jay.
Repeat that question one more time.
This date, 2016.
Yeah.
Who joins Terrell Owens
as
the only players with 1,000 catches and 4 touchdown catches for 4 different teams?
Oh, that'd be Anquan Bolden.
Anquan Bolden is correct. Jay's up.
Nice
1-0.
I told you I didn't want to go up early 1-0.
I know. Far be it from me to question your strategy. And so, Jay, you're up with the lead. This date, what year in the NBA? This date, what year in the NFL? 1966, 1984 stolen bases, 1996 strikeout stats. By the way, 1966 is also NFL.
I'll go 84.
1984 stolen base stats. It's multiple choice, Jay.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's go.
This date, 1984. Who becomes the first player ever to post 4 consecutive seasons with 70 or more stolen bases? I'm sorry?
Vince Coleman.
Ron LaFleur, Tim Raines, or Ricky Henderson?
Tim Raines.
Tim Raines is right.
Tim Rock Raines? Okay.
That off.
Okay. Jay
has a 2-0 lead. He means business today.
Mid-season form.
Kyle Draper, bloody, bruised, battered.
I know. It's the pain man.
Yeah, but he's not out of it yet. This day, what year in the NBA?
NBA. I need one, so let's go NBA. I need to get one.
You're a student of the game.
Exactly, yeah.
You remember how it works? You get to hear it and decide who goes first here. This day, what year in the NBA? After 10 seasons in which he helped the Knicks win 2 titles, Willis Reed announced his retirement. This date, what year? You want to go first? You want Jay to go first here? Trying to guess. See who gets
I'll
closest.
let Jay go first.
Jay, what do you think? This date, what year in the NBA? After 10 seasons in which he helped the Knicks win 2 titles, Willis Reed, who would go on to be an assistant coach with the Kings, announced his retirement.
I'm going to say 75.
1975. What do you say, Kyle Draper?
Nice guess, Jay. I'm going to go.
See who
That's
gets
a
closest
really good
to the actual
guess.
year.
That's a really good guess, Jay.
Jay up 2-0.
Can you repeat the question?
This day, what year? After 10 seasons in which he helped the Knicks win 2 titles, Willis Reed announced his retirement. What year? Jay says 1975.
Damn, that's a good guess, Jay.
Jay with a 2-0 lead. Drapes.
That's
hanging
a real
on.
good guess. Damn, that's a good
Scrape
guess.
back in.
2 seasons in which he helped the Knicks win 2 titles. Willis Reed.
Yeah. Retired this date, what year? Shot clock winding down.
And Jay said 75?
He said 75.
Damn, 76 is 74.
1974 is correct.
That was a tough one.
Jay was right there.
He was right there. I was like,
great
ooh.
guess.
I knew he'd retire right after the championships. I thought he might have had one more year in there, too. There.
You were right there.
Oh, that was a good one.
Jay with the lead 2-1, but you're up again, Jay.
All right, here we go.
This day, what year in the NFL? 1966 NFL, 1996 strikeouts. 2-1, Jay.
96 strikeouts.
All right, it's multiple choice.
Randy
All right.
Jones.
This date, 1996. Who ties his own major league record with 20 strikeouts? So he did it twice. He tied his own major league record with 20 strikeouts. Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan,
on,
Randy
easy.
Johnson.
Come on.
Roger Clemens.
That is correct.
Whitey, what are you doing? That's like the easiest question in the history of the Wayback. That one's pretty easy. I know. That you got to admit, that one's pretty easy.
Don't run away from that baseball.
All right.
Yeah.
I should have.
You said Randy Johnson before you
Right,
knew the
you were
question.
close,
know,
right?
man. Yeah, but I knew. Once I heard that, I'm like, no, it's
Because
Clemens.
you're a Boston guy. 3-1, Drape, so you need these next 2, but you're up.
You do it for the Blue Jays or the Yankees?
1996?
Yeah.
I'd have to double check.
Blue Jays?
Gotta double check.
This date, what year in the NFL, or 1966 NFL? And you need them both.
This date, what year?
All right. This date, what year? The Rams beat the Seahawks 9-3. In their return to LA, the NFL's first game in Los Angeles in nearly 22 years.
Jay can go.
Jay, what
I
year?
got an idea.
Rams beat the Seahawks 9-3 in their return to LA. The NFL's first game in LA in nearly 22 years. This date, what year? Jay could win it right here.
Damn.
The return to LA for the Rams beat the Seahawks 9-3. This date, what year? Jay leading 3-1. He's this close to clinching it.
2018.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. 2018.
2018?
Spot on.
Uh-huh. Not quite.
Oh,
Spot on.
I nailed it.
What do you say, Drapes?
2017.
2016.
Yeah.
So it's 3-2.
Jay, you're so close, man.
It is 3-2.
Spot on.
Jay, you could clinch it here. It's the closest 2. You want to go first, or you want him to go first?
Drapes go first.
All right, Drapes. You need this one to force overtime. 1966 NFL. Johnny Unitas throws 4 touchdown passes to become the all-time career leader with 212. How many did current leader Tom Brady throw in his career? This date 66. Johnny Unitas 212. Number 1. Number 1 currently is Tom Brady. How many did he throw in his career?
He carried a 1.
Johnny, you threw 212 TDs?
Yeah.
That's more than what I probably would have thought.
He ended with more than that, but at the time when he did it, I think he ended up with like 290 or
I'd
something.
at least
like
put
that.
him in 300 category.
Yeah.
How many years did
He was one of the first guys to throw it forward.
Yes.
Felt like right.
Forward pass.
Drapes needs this one.
How many did
Down
Brady
3-2. So
that's the
Brady,
question?
and he's the current leader. So it's basically how many touchdown passes did Tom Brady throw? He's the all-time career leader.
Tom Brady threw.
Either Jay clinches it or we tumble into overtime. Drapes is definitely taking his time with his answers.
No, I'm doing
It is
math.
allowed.
I'm doing
I
math.
appreciate it. It shows that You care.
I'm actually thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I will say Tom Brady.
See who's closest to the right answer.
Years
there.
did Brady play? 437.
437.
It's way more than that. He played 22 years, which is funny.
How you know? You looked that up, Jay. No, you just looked that up.
Ramsey is my.
I was watching him.
Is
I
my
didn't see him look
experience.
anything up.
Excuse me, it's my credit. We literally were talking about the GOAT yesterday, or was that 2 days ago? We were talking about the greatest.
Yeah,
San Francisco 49ers.
I was talking about Joe Montana.
Yeah, and I was like Tom Brady. So we played 22 years because I looked that up. Averaging 30, 40 easy. He's in the 700s. I'd say 500.
649. 649 and Jay
649. That's a lot.
Whitey's Wayback Machine
Played
quiz.
22 years.
Congratulations, Jay.
But he wasn't a big touchdown guy all them years, though.
Yeah,
That's
one
why
that was
so
50,
many
remember?
years.
Yeah,
so many years.
Dropping them dimes to Randy.
We'll come back, get you ready for the Dolphins and Bills as if you need any help with that. Next, Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. This National Recovery Month, start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
I know it's still very, very warm today, but the cloud cover, a reminder that winter, it's eventually going to get here. The question is your HVAC system ready for the cold weather? Last winter, our system just broke down. So we were desperately in need of a new HVAC system. We weren't sure who to call. We gave Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating a try, and that was the right move to make at leesair.com. Why choose Lee's? You want to make sure that your unit can handle the upcoming winter. Lee's offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee, 4.8 stars on Google. They've won awards with their service, and they've spent more than 40 years serving the Valley's HVAC heating and plumbing needs. And those are all facts. But the thing is, I can tell you from experience that you can trust Lee's. They came out and did a great job for us, and we're still reaping the benefits of that, and we will be for a long, long time. You can trust Lee's with installation and repair of your AC, furnace, and water heater, residential, commercial plumbing repair, commercial HVAC services too. Find out more at leesair.com. Check on their mission statement. It's all about serving customers and community. Check on that $99 HVAC tune-up service. It comes down to this. You want to let Lee's take care of you the way they took care of me. They treated us like family. They set us up with that HVAC system that has improved, literally, our quality of life. Lee's Air, Plumbing, and Heating. License number 635355.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at amazonbusiness.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Let's go. No masterpiece. Hey. 10 bad, then they after me. Bad. 1 bad, look like a masterpiece.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Oh, boy. We only got about a half hour left here. It's been a lot of fun welcoming back Kyle Draper. Thanks for being with us today. We got Thursday Night Football coming up. We'll take a look at the 0-2 teams. Do any of the 10 0-2 teams have a realistic shot of still getting into the playoffs? We'll look at that in just a moment here. First, today's big story, if there is a big story, it's what's going on once again with Pablo Torre and the Clippers. Pablo Torre today reporting that that Steve Ballmer had purchased some carbon credits, which looks like he could have done as a way of circumventing the cap and funneling money to Kawhi Leonard. The interesting thing about that is that Mark Cuban had suggested, well, why don't you look at that? And that's what he would have done if he was circumventing the cap, and that apparently is exactly what Steve Ballmer did, but he did issue a statement today in response to that. Are you buying this, Drape? Steve and his family focused on sustainability, which is why Inuit Dome was designed to be a carbon-neutral building from its inception and to achieve LEED zero status over time. Our development agreements for the arena included mandates to buy carbon credits, but after studying the issue of neutrality, we went far beyond those requirements, exploring ways to address emissions from our fans and contracting with aspiration to directly purchase carbon offsets, as well as broker the acquisition of additional offsets. Has the story been advanced at all? Are we any closer to the answer, or is it still just a swirl of confusion?
No, it's just more smoke to the fire, right? You know, it's just, it's when you look at it, if it was one thing Pablo had, okay, 2 things. Like, he's just coming out every other day, it seems like.
Left, right. Combo.
Right. But, he hasn't delivered the knockout blow yet. But,
right.
Man, it's a lot of body shots, a lot of jabs he's throwing out there, and it just seems to be a lot of smoke. The question is, the NBA is investigating, how hard, if this is true, will they come
down on one of their, most popular owners. I mean, Steve Ballmer, by most accounts, is viewed very highly around the league. There hasn't been a whole lot of negative stuff brought up by him. The league's giving him the All-Star game. Everybody loves the Intuit Dome, what he's done for the Clippers organization and the league. And so, that's going to be the question for me going forward is if this is true, what are some of the penalties that could happen here?
And another question today that is raised is Mark Cuban, what is he actually trying to accomplish here? He came out in defense of Steve Ballmer, but he also said, hey, if Ballmer and the Clippers were looking to circumvent the cap, they would buy carbon credits as a way to instantly create profit so that Kawhi could be paid. And Pablo Torre followed up on that and found that, yes, it looks like that's exactly what they did. So why, if Mark Cuban is really defending Steve Ballmer, why would he point to, well, that's what they would have done if they were really
If I was going to rob a bank, this is how I would do it. And then they did it that way.
Yeah, this is where I'd put the getaway car and keep the cash.
Right. Yeah, that is interesting, man. Cuban also put out another statement, man. This guy on X, on Twitter, I mean, and I didn't read the whole thing.
He does love the limelight.
He does, right? He's all in on it. And, I looked at his last statement, going back and forth with Pablo. It's like, man, it's so long. And so, no, I don't know, man. I'm going to leave it up to the league. I got faith in the league. But the question is, how hard will they come down?
Yeah. I'm still operating under the theory that the league may do some things behind the scenes that we'll never hear about. But I don't know that they may, because it looks so bad and because it's so potentially humiliating for Steve Ballmer. And that, like you say, we like Steve Ballmer. He has a lot of money, but we have to do something. I don't know if that's even feasible, but I wouldn't be surprised if publicly they're, hey, we couldn't really find anything, so slap on the wrist, but behind closed doors, if maybe there are more punishments, because you do have to appease other owners who, I mean, you said it, right? They're not coming out publicly, but you have to think, based on what people who know are saying, that a lot of the other owners are furious about this.
And it's not just the Lakers or the Raptors. If you're a small market team, you're playing by the rules. It's like, damn, these big markets already got the advantage and they're cheating. Like, I wonder, man, if somebody's going to come out and say, I think they're, right now being quiet because they're letting the NBA do its due diligence. But I would imagine behind closed doors, some of these owners are furious about this. It's like, damn, we're trying to play by the rules. We can't compete. If you're going, in a big market, deep pockets and cheat, how can we compete with this? Yeah. This would be a broken model for the league. This would be a black eye for the league, I think.
Yeah. As far as fans go, those who care, some fans probably don't really care that much about it. Let me know when the games start. But I think the punishment that would satisfy the fans that we're hearing from would be, all right, Kawhi is suspended for, if he's found to be, in violation of the rules, suspend him. And then the Clippers still have him on the books and it's still the cap hit.
That would be huge, right?
Plus some draft picks, maybe
$50 million for a guy that's not even available. No, I'm with you. That would be, because you brought up the Minnesota Timberwolves situation, with Joe Smith. They ripped up the contract, and what did you say? They used that money to
the money that their draft picks. They were stripped of draft picks. They used the money to sign Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell.
Two good players at the time. Yeah, so. Yeah, if the league hits them with that, I would imagine they learn their lesson from that and say, something. Can you, force them to operate at a lower salary cap or something? I don't know what it is, but yeah, it got to be probably more than draft picks.
Yeah, and I'm just checking here the punishment for the Timberwolves because we were wondering whether Joe Smith was actually suspended. Stern fined Glenn Taylor and the Wolves $3.5 million, voided Smith's contract, stripped the team of its next 5 first-round picks, and essentially suspended Taylor and GM Kevin McHale for a year. So it doesn't look like they suspended based on this, Joe Smith.
Now, I would imagine this might be a little different with Kawhi because you got Uncle Dennis, behind the scenes doing
potential fall guy.
Right, yeah. Dude, and they who knows, ban him from all NBA arenas or something like that. Like that could be on the table as well. And so, according to the reporting, nothing will be decided until after the All-Star break.
What a party that's going to be, that All-Star game.
That's going to be massive, man. That's going to be massive.
Steve Ballmer hosting the All-Star game.
And imagine Ballmer and Adam Silver on stage together doing some event or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be icy. That's going to be icy.
Hey, Commissioner Silver, can I interest you in some Carvin credits? Oh, we're having fun.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's the league got, it's always something with this league. Always something.
Let me ask you, Drapes. You've had a lot of things going on. You've been traveling. You haven't felt well. You've been on league business. Who have you missed more, Jay, myself, or TC?
TC still around?
TC.
I can't wait to hear
Time
from
for
my
Check
guy.
It with TC. What's up, TC? How are you?
Mike check.
Hey, Mike check. What's up with my guys? And I had to tap in drinks. What's up, baby? How you been, man? You been ducking me, bro.
Why would I duck you, man?
Yeah.
Why would I duck TC? Hey, we on the same page when it comes to Shanahan and Brock Purdy and those guys. Come on, man.
Hey, you my dog, though, man. Hey, listen, I know you was listening, so we ain't gonna get too deep in that. I'm gonna come Kings and I'm gonna come a little bit of Clippers. So listen, I'm gonna stand on this. Whitey and Jay know, Drake. I don't give a listen. I don't care. I ain't gonna say that because we on the radio. Bro, I'm protecting that pick, man. It's a 2030 or a 2031. If the Kings are taking risks, we're not really a risk, and we're trying to make a team better, and we're trying to get a young talent. That's what we're gonna do with the draft pick anyway. We're gonna try to draft the kid, and hopefully we hit. So why not do it right now? I'm just talking from the Kings standpoint. Why are we trying to hold on to the protection and all that? Like, if we're trying to go hard and turn this team around, then do it, bro. That's where I'm at with it. As far as the Clippers, I don't know where this is going and how it's going, but I don't know if the Clippers is looking at like Kawhi. I'm kind of tired of you bullying us around, telling us what you finna do. I wonder if they leak that and fighting to try to get him away from the team to say, hey, man, we don't want really nothing else to do with you. I don't know how much to do that, but I'm just sitting back thinking, hey, answer that Kings question. Seriously, I'm not protecting that pick, bro, just to get Kaminga in to move forward, bro. I'm not worried about 5 years from now, dog.
Gotcha, TC. Thanks. Breaking up on us a little bit, but I see it the way he does. Again, if we're up to me, I would not pursue Kaminga. But if I wanted Kaminga, I would give up the unprotected pick to get him because that's like using a draft pick to get Jonathan Kuminga. I understand that. I see where he's coming from. Because otherwise, there's a good chance you are not going to get him.
Okay. Move. I thought you said if you wanted Kaminga.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing about it, to me, unprotected picks are for players you know what they can do or superstar level players. Like when I look at like unprotected, Kaminga to me,
it's like a pick condom, right? I mean, you got to.
Oh my gosh,
you got to use right, Jay. Yeah, you got to have that protection.
I'm not going there, dude.
I could talk to you about girth.
Thank you, Jay. You rescued me on that one. But does Kaminga make that much of a difference?
I didn't mean to make you
I know that was kind of cringy there. That was cringy, right? But where does Kaminga? How does he affect your team wins and losses in your opinion?
Well, again, in my opinion, I don't think we know. He's still a promising player. He hasn't actually done much yet. So he does makes me younger and gives me a vision for the future if I'm the Kings. But how much is he going to help?
Like some logical Raptors fanatic. It's like buying the computer available, but the newest model is coming down the line. Like Kaminga's a fine player. And I would want him on the Kings team. I would do it. But unprotected, maybe top 8. Dude, you could wind up the Dallas Mavericks. You could wind up an 8 or a 9 seed, bounce out of the play-in with Kaminga, win 45 games, improve, but then all of a sudden you get lucky in the lottery, and that's the pick that you give up. And to me, that's giving the Golden State Warriors a get-out-of-jail-free card, if you will. That's helping them build the future. Here's the thing. When you look at the move that ultimately netted them, the Celtics, was it Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum? I can't remember. The Kings pick.
Oh, that was Jaylen Brown.
Excuse
me. It was Tatum.
Tatum, right? Yeah. And then that was so valuable.
Yeah.
That was so valuable.
And so I remember in Boston talking about that Kings pick, man. When we get that conveys, that's how it would be for Golden State. I'm not doing unprotected. I just can't do it. Unprotected? Come on, Whitey. You always use protection, big fella.
Well, I tried to tell you. You didn't want to go there.
The way you said it was a little.
You're sliding it back.
Yeah, the way you said, I don't know. It's kind of like. But now that it's out there, we might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they want him. Yeah. And what about the latest is, although I think we probably could have guessed this. Joe Lacob doesn't want to send Kaminga up to Sacramento and then watch him become a star. I think it's more he just doesn't want to see Kaminga go. He still thinks that, yes, I was right about him. That's our guy. He can still be our star of the future. Our 2-timeline plan can still be successful with Jonathan Kaminga.
Yeah, what do you think, because he's not getting rid of Steve Kerr. Like, I think, to your point, Lacob just has to realize, I don't know if those two can coexist in the way that you want them to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the latest from Slates is that Kuminga's agent says, look, if you give him that 3-year that you're talking about and make the 3rd year a player option, he will sign and he will commit to what you're doing. He'll come off the bench if you want and blah, 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 which is nice. But the reality is, you're still going to have the same dynamic with Kerr and Kaminga. And even if they get along, that's not the thing. The point is, he didn't help you if he's sitting on the bench.
Right. He's not going to be that player that Joe Lacob thinks he is.
Yes.
And so I think ultimately what happens is the 1-year deal. Because if I'm Kaminga.
The qualifying offer?
Ooh,
the Warriors won't like that.
I know.
See, I think if it comes to that, they may say, all right, we got to trade him because we got to get something.
There you go.
Yes.
And if you're the Kings, maybe that's what you're hoping. And then the Warriors become desperate. But if you're Jonathan Kaminga, I'm not waiving my no trade clause.
I'm
not doing that.
No way.
That's your only leverage if you're him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. One of these days, maybe within the next few weeks, we'll know. And as you said earlier today, it's going to be funny if the Warriors have media day and there's 9 people there.
I know, right? Like,
and Al Horford's outside.
I know.
Yeah.
I wonder if the league changes the calendar a little bit or something like that regarding it to avoid this going forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think they thought, October 1st, we'd still be in this situation. But Warriors training camp and media day when it happens next week, it's going to be brutal, man. It's going to be brutal.
Speaking of brutal, 0-2 starts are brutal. We got the Dolphins trying to get a win tonight. History tells us, according to ESPN, starting 0-2 is, it's rough to make the playoffs from there, but 0-3 is where, let's see here. Dropping to 0-3 since 2002, just 3 of the 96 teams that opened the season with 3 straight losses have advanced. Since 2002, 3 of 96. 2 of them are Mike Tomlin coach Steelers teams. Starting 0-2 is doable. Last year, the Broncos, Rams, and Ravens started 0-2, and they all made the playoffs. So it can be done.
It can be done.
But of the 0-2 teams so far, do you foresee success this season for any of them? Kansas City, they're still a playoff team, aren't they? Or are they?
Yeah, that's a tough division. I think Chargers are going to be better. They're better than I expected. And so that's going to be tough for them. I still believe in the Chiefs. But, man, they're going back in as a wild card problem.
Yeah. Houston Texans are 0-2.
I think Houston has a chance. I'm not sold on Indianapolis in that division. And then, Jacksonville, they're playing a little bit better, obviously, than in previous years. But I still think the Texans probably have a shot.
Yeah, the Texans have lost 2 close games to a pair of teams that made the playoffs last year. Then it starts getting a little dicey. Chicago Bears? I'm thinking of picking the Bears in the upset over the Star Hats this week.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, Cowboys defense isn't that good,
right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a high-scoring affair, probably.
Game. Yeah, you might be right.
As far as the playoffs go,
I can't see it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Then you got Miami, and you got the Giants, and you got. Stop me if any of these teams are playoff bound. The New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. How about, ladies and gentlemen, the Tennessee Titans?
What? Nah.
I give you your favorite team, the Nolan Saints.
Oh, come on.
And rounding out the class of 0-2s is the Cleveland Browns.
Nah, ain't happening.
Ain't happening. No, it's interesting, man, because I think the Texans can do it. You know, Colts have surprised everybody, I think.
Jay and I told you they were going to be a surprise team, but
did y'all say that?
We told you last year.
Oh, it was.
We
I was
did.
about to say, hold on. Y'all
1 year
wasn't on
early.
the Daniel Jones bandwagon. Y'all didn't have Dan Jones leading the way.
We were just a little early.
Just a little early on that. I will say this, though, fellas. Now that I'm looking at it, is the NFC West?
Yes, the best division in football.
One of maybe
The
a top
best. Top to bottom.
I'm saying it might be, dude. That's going to be a bloodbath. There are no cakewalks in that division.
Right.
I'm giving y'all some credit. You know,
Yeah. And
Arizona's a little better than I expect.
Yeah, either Arizona or the 49ers will be 3-0, and the Rams will be 2. So
Who they got this week, Rams?
I don't know.
I'm not falling for the bait, dude. I'm not falling for it, Whitey. I'm not falling. But no, when you look at it, there are no weak links, really. Like no cupcakes in the division.
Right. I think there's still a little bit of a question about Arizona, and I said, oh, they're going to be a surprise team this year, but they haven't been great so far. So this is, I think, a bigger game for them even than for the 49ers.
Didn't Arizona win last year? Was that in San Francisco when they
Yes. They boat raced them.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, we'll see if the Niners have revenge on the
Kyler ran a read option and went for 58 or something.
Yeah. This I think we'll learn a lot more so about the Cardinals this weekend than I think the Niners, to be honest with you.
Watch this. So, Jay, you worried about the Cardinals?
A little bit.
Oh,
what?
Whoa. I didn't expect
Kyler Murray, baby.
I always say Kyler Murray gives them problems.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Been saying that forever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But you got Robert Saleh, you got D. Winters, you got that vaunted defense,
Kyler Murray hurts the 49ers all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They have a problem with scrambling quarterbacks. The way Robert Saleh, DeMeco Ryans, all their defenses have been cast off. They struggle against guys who's good, athletic, scramble. Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray. They've been doing it for years.
And again, not just scrambling, but running the read option, design run plays for the quarterback. They had trouble with that last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game, man. I think it'll tell us a lot about the Cardinals. And if the Cardinals win that game, you really got to take them seriously. And here's the thing.
So same thing with the 49ers then, right?
Nah. I take the Niners seriously. But if the Niners lose that game,
then they're 2-1.
Nah, but Whitey,
2-1 without their starting quarterback. But they're going to win.
You said this 17 times last season.
I don't remember.
You were right 6.
I don't remember much about that last year.
Man.
I don't remember what I may or may not have said last year.
I'm
a rough
excited.
year.
What time's that game? For a 1 o'clock game? Yep, 1 o'clock game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching.
Yeah. So we'll take you to the Dolphins and the Bills coming up.
37-13 Bills tonight.
Yeah, at least. And then is that going to be it for Miami and their new culture and Mike McDaniel? They've got teams need that just rock solid quarterback coach tandem. Do they not?
They do.
In the NFL. And I think the Dolphins may have to throw them both out.
Yeah. And what happened to Mike McDaniel? Like his first year, he was some sort of genius, people thought. Since then,
yeah, the defense is terrible. They did have the offense clicked on a couple of bigger plays last week, so there's a slight glimmer of hope for them, but especially against Buffalo's defense is a suspect. I think the Dolphins may surprise some people tonight. Keep this competitive, Trey.
Come on. You must have bet the other way, huh? You want people to load up on the Dolphins so you can cash out.
Oh, we're back with you tomorrow. Welcome back, Kyle Draper. Enjoy
you.
Thursday Night Football coming up on Sactown Sports.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing,